Hello, my name is Patrick Fornan, Head of Corporate Finance at TC Group. And as part of the Succession series, today I'll be covering off employee ownership trusts. Within the construction sector, employee ownership trusts are now the third highest sector, just below manufacturing professional services. And across the sector, I believe there's 2,000 or up to 2,000 employee-owned businesses in the UK currently. Employee ownership's been around for just over 10 years now, and in the early days it wasn't ever so popular, as business owners will understand that business asset disposal relief used to be available. It was entrepreneurs relief. First £10 million of disposals were at 10% tax. And it can't be a coincidence that following some reforms to capital gains tax, employee ownership has become more popular, and I'll come on to the tax rationale behind that shortly. Employee ownership is similar to a management buyout, whereby the business structure and ownership would transition to the employee pool as opposed to key members of management. One of the key advantages of employee ownership is there's no change in culture. The stakeholders, customers, and wider relationship holders of the business would remain the same, both pre and post carrying out a transaction. And there's some fabulous tax advantages for both the business owners and the employees. To explain that a little more detail, on sale of the business, and it has to be the majority of the business, so 51% or more, the business owners can benefit from paying 0 or nil capital gains tax on exit. Now, if you compare that to a trade sale or a management buyout, owners could be looking anywhere between currently 14 to 24% capital gains tax. Now, the variance between 0 and 14 to 24% is obviously attractive. However, employee ownership trusts have quite strict tax rules. Therefore, they need to be carried out for bona fide reasons and not driven by the tax rationale. For the employees, they can benefit by receiving tax-free bonuses of up to £3,600 per annum, being part of an employee-owned company. Again, whilst a small amount in comparison to the seller's benefit, it is a nice benefit that the employees can also share in the future profits through a point system. I do wish to finally cover off that not every business is suitable for employee ownership, but they're a very popular alternative to a trade sale, which has its advantages, but also its potential drawbacks, or a management buyout. Quite often, if you have a management team who are chomping in a bit to gain equity in the business, a management buyout may be a preferential route. However, we've worked with a number of business owners where we look at an employee ownership trust route with some bells and whistles to support the management team standing out above the employee crowd. If an employee ownership trust and the thought of a tax-free exit sounds appealing to you in the construction sector, we'd be delighted to have a chat with you to talk about the structure, valuation, and project management of the transaction. Thank you.